Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are. Remember, you have greatness inside of you. Welcome back to another Fantasy Weekly video with the Hockey Coach Guru, Coach and Chief for the Hockey Nation Live Show. I'm going to tell you what you're looking for your fantasy this week. I'm going to talk about the schedule of the week in NHL for the team and how many games they play, and finally, some different players, they are hot or they are cold. And that's what's going to happen during this video. So don't go nowhere. But before we start, you know the drill. Right here, click on the subscribe, click on the like, and finally tell me what you think about this video. What kind of play you would like to hear next week about fantasy hockey NHL. So let's dive in about what I want to tell you. And of course, we always do at the Power Play show and also at the Hockey Nation show. We always talk about hockey talk and never stop. Let's dive in first of the first graphic of the week. This week, we are back normal. We talk about, we know the last 3 weeks we were on the schedule of the Olympics in China. And the NHL was modified the week. And now they going back with their normal schedule. 55 games. This week, guys, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, guys, it's busy week. They have Monday 5 game, 11 Tuesday, 2 only Wednesday, 13 Thursday, 4 Friday, 10 and 10 during the weekend, Saturday and Sunday. We know the Fantasy Weekly with here at the Hockey National Show is from the Monday to Sunday. We have an unicorn this week. What are you talking about, Coach Unicorn? What is an unicorn week? Is a team play 5 games from Monday to Sunday. So how this work, they play back-to-back, day off, back-to-back, and after that, they got 2 more games for the weekend. So it's really busy, to be honest with you. Yeah, 15 teams play 4 games this week, and 14 teams play 3 games, and finally, only 2 teams play only 2 games. They are the Sharks and the Stars. They have Calgary and Islanders play 4 games at home this week, and finally they have 3 games at home are the Buffalo, the Columbus, the Nashville, the Blues, the Bruins, the Devils, the Pittsburgh, and the Vancouver. And also we have the Anaheim, Tampa Bay, and Vegas play 4 games away. Tampa Bay is all the week. During next week they are on the road all the weeks like Vegas. And then finally, 3 games away are Colorado, Florida, Winnipeg, Arizona, the Rangers, the Seattle, and finally, the Capitals. What you need to know about here is that you have for the schedule for different team. Great schedule for the fantasy player if you have some for the Calgary Flames. They play 5 games next week. Maybe you have some player you don't have on your fantasy or friend league. They have not drafted. Some player you should look for this team is the Toffoli, Anaheim, Backlund, and of course the goaltender Vladar, because they play 5 games. They're going to have some kind of rotation between Backstrom and Vladar. And finally, I will say to you, we know what do Langholm, Goodrow, and Kachuk. But if you want to go to secondary players, or maybe a thirdly tier like a Coleman, like Lucic, that's kind of weak. Maybe you should look about those kind of players. The New York Islanders play 4 games at next week at home. Now, we know Barzal is hurt right now. I don't know when he's going to return, but if ever he's returned, there's someone you have to put back on your lineup. But the difference between Thompson is hot at that moment at 4 points the last 3 games. Nelson is another one you should look about that. And finally, Zorokin should be between the pipe 3 of the 4 games. So you should keep him on your lineup for sure. Now, you have to look maybe some other player, like maybe Bellows. They have some player right now all cold over there, but maybe they're going to wake up more during the week and at home. So it'll be interesting, like a Bouvillier, a Pajot, a Palmieri, those kind of players you should maybe look for the next week for the Islanders. Now, Toronto have the easier schedule next week, and they play 4 games. And for me, there will be some players you can pick it up over there. We know already what Matthews, Marner, Bunting does over there. But I think a young players like Robinson now back in this lineup, and also he scored a goal last weekend. That's something you should look about him to be had. We know already you can maybe looking for Nylander, but some players are maybe not draft a different league. Maybe a Mikheyev, a Hank Val, a Camp could be someone you can look about this. Montreal have a 3 easy game next week. Not easy. It's the team below of the 500 winning percentage. And they play again, of course, they play against Vancouver, Seattle, the Flyers. So player like now they are hot is Suzuki Caulfield. Then maybe a Petrie when he start to show some offensive the last couple of games, like also Chariot and Gallagher and Hoffman. All the kind of player maybe you can add on your lineup. Finally, there are 15 teams play 4 games this week, so maybe looking for a different team. They play 4 games, their goaltender, backup number 2. So that's something you should pay attention about that. The next one, the difficulty schedule, what is very hard. The Pittsburgh for the second back-to-back week are the most difficult schedule at 6-8-1 winning percentage again. Florida, Carolina, Vegas. Edmonton is at 6-6-7 after the loss against Montreal Canadiens. It's going to be easy. They play again Calgary, a team we have to a game we're looking for. Washington and Tampa Bay Lightning. They're going to host next weekend. Buffalo play again 3 game at 6-6-0. Florida, Vegas, and Toronto. Dallas, they play only 2 games, but they play again a team are 6-4-1 winning percentage. Nashville and the Rangers. Then finally the Rangers play 3 games again at 6-27 winning percentage. I'm talking about Minnesota, St. Louis, and the Dallas Star. Now the easy for the week. Toronto 4 game, and most of them is going to be a back-to-back Monday, Tuesday, I believe. Columbus and Seattle. Then they play Arizona and Buffalo at the end of the weeks at 379 winning percentage. Montreal played 3 games again at 429. We know already. Vancouver, Seattle, Philadelphia Flyers. Then Boston again 452 winning percentage. Kings, Blackhawks, and the Coyotes. The Seattle play again at 467 winning percentage. Toronto, Ottawa, and Montreal. And finally Ottawa played 3 games again at 470 winning percentage, talking about the Blues, the Kraken, and the Blackhawks. Who is hot this right now in NHL? Wow, Schmalz got 7 points against the Blackhawks Saturday night or Saturday afternoon. But the last 6 games, he has 6 goals, 8 assists for 14 points. He plus 9. Mitch Marner continues to produce for the Toronto Maple Leafs. 6 games, the last 6 games, 4 goals, 9 assists, 13 points for plus 2. Kucherov, we know he only played only 18 games so far, but he has 6 games. The last 6 games, he has 4 goals, 6 assists, 10 points, and also 5 power play points. Langholm, he's still hot. His stick is, his blade of his stick is hot for sure. They have some flame over there because, again, for the last 4 games, he has 4 goals, 4 assists, 8 points, plus 5 at 3 power play points. Then you have Dubois. 4 games, he has 1 goal, 7 assists, 8 points, plus 5. Nick Suzuki, the last 3 games, he has 7 points with 2 goals, 5 assists, and 3 of the 7 points are in the power play. Finally, we have also Miller. Last 9 games, 6 goals, 11 assists, 17 points, almost 2 points per game, with a streak of 9 games right now with 1 point live. So be interesting Miller was going to do again in Montreal Canadiens Wednesday night. Finally, other players, and you have many of them, they are right now very hot, but I'm going to mention some of them. McKinnon, Huberdeau, Kane, both Kane, honestly, Patrick and Evander. Bunting, Kane scored 3 goals last week for the Oilers, are really very hot at that moment. Obviously, who are not great or cold right now, Romanov continued his streak, 0 points the last 20 games, but he played a lot of minutes. He played a solid game against Edmonton Oilers, to be honest with you, but still having 0 points. Vizelainen, the forward right winger for the Jet, at 18 games with 0 points. Maxime Comtois, what a season he has right now. It's so difficult for him. Another straight of 0 points with 11 at that moment. Lars Eller, the player for the Capitals, the last 8 games, 0 points. Marcus Foligno, only 1 point the last 11 games. Samuel Girard with Colorado, only 1 point the last 13 games. That surprised me because Girard usually brings some offensive. And this one over there, it's all about Mikar Etes. Yafolo with the Kings, only 1 point the last 10 games. Some player right now does not do well. It's Anders Lee, 0 point the last 7. Kokanemi, 0-6. Crook, 0-8. Carter, 0-6. Klember, 0-6. John Mark, 0-8. Those are the players are really cold at that moment. And finally, the goaltender situation right now, who is up, is Jeremy Swayman with the Boston. 6-star, 6W, 1.63 goal again average, and then the save percentage at 941 with 1 shootout. We have Chesterkin continues to destroy everything he does this year. The last 16 games, 12-2-1, 1.67 save percentage at 950 guy with 2 shootout. Montreal, the last 5 games, 4-1-0, 2.72, 0.913 save percentage with 1 shootout. And who is cold? Jack Campbell, 5.15 goal again average with a save percentage, guys, are 8-3-6. We have also Lincoln in with the Chicago is 1-3-2 the last 7 games, 4.01, 8.82. We have Ken Talbot, Minnesota, 1-4-0, 4.34 was 8-6-2. Jones, 1-5-1. Then we have Crowbar, 0-6-1, guys. Unbelievable what's going on for Frank goaltender in NHL, but I'm very concerned about Toronto. Here we go. That's another week of the Fantasy Weekly NHL for the team and for the players from the hockey coach, Frenchie, for the Hockey Nation Live Show. That's complete another video, but before we leave, we want to invite you. Don't forget to subscribe, click on the like, and tell me what you think about maybe some players you feel like they are hot, they are cold, or team you're looking for this week. Before we leave, we want to remind you, have greatness inside of you. Have an amazing, great week. I look forward to see you next Sunday for another Fantasy Weekly NHL with Coach Frenchie.